Hi, I'm Bruce Feldman, and I'm pleased to be joined by UCLA running back Zach Charbonnet, who had a big debut with the Bruins this past weekend against Hawaii, and now have a big test with LSU coming to the Rose Bowl. Zach, thanks for joining me today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So I want to ask you, you grew up on the West Coast. I'm curious, what do you remember about Chip Kelly's old Oregon teams, and how would you categorize this system you're playing in now?
I wouldn't say I remember a lot about him being at Oregon. I didn't really get into football till I was maybe like 11, 12, 13. So, football before that, I'm just starting to I'm still kind of new to it, I guess. And I'm still learning a lot, especially, just past stuff.
What stands out? You played obviously at Michigan last year, transferred in here. What is different about how this offense is, and how he runs it?
Yeah, just one thing, I know off the bat, he likes to run the ball and pass at the same time, and, I just felt that I feel more comfortable in it and this style of offense.
This program has had a lot of success with transfers. You have obviously Quantrez Knight on that side of the ball, a bunch of dudes on defense, Britton Brown with you at running back. Why do you think so many guys have flourished when they've come back here and maybe playing the best ball of their careers at UCLA?
Yeah, I'll just give credit to the coaches. I think they're bringing the right people, especially when they do bring in transfers. I think they pick the right people to bring in to help the program thrive.
Heard stories about you being a guy get up at 4:35 in the morning or so just to get out there and run hills and do that kind of preparation. Is that something you still do, or is that something that was more of a thing for you in high school?
Yeah, I would say it's a big off-season type thing. Once again in the fall camp, it kind of dies down just so I can save my body. But definitely in the off-season, just running twice a day, working out as much as I can. That's just a big emphasis I have in the off-season.
Where did that come from? Who put that in your head, or who put that in your heart to take to do that kind of preparation and that kind of commitment to it?
Just I guess in high school, it was my junior year, just wanting to get bigger, faster, stronger. Those were my bigger motivations. And then just finding ways to do it, whether I was waking up early in the morning, lifting after school, just finding any way to best my ability.
I heard former UCLA star running back Joshua Kelly was a big fan of anime. I understand you are too. What is it about anime that you love so much?
I kind of like the action that it brings. Just some of the fight scenes and stuff like that. I like Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, and it's just a lot of action in it. So that's something I enjoy.
Word is that you were a big fan of Disneyland growing up. How much did you miss it when you were in the middle of the country in the Midwest? And have you been back since you got to UCLA?
Yeah, growing up, just me and my family, we just love Disneyland. That's just somewhere we like to go. Haven't been able to go a lot, the past couple of years just because of football and off-season training and stuff like that. But I'd say maybe once or twice a year, we try to head up out there as a family and just make the best of it.
The biggest thing you missed when you weren't living on the West Coast the last couple of years?
Biggest thing I miss, probably just missing just family time. I guess I got stuff like that. It can always be tough just being far, but you just deal with it. But now that I'm home, it's nice to have again.
Talking to one of your old coaches at Michigan, he described you this way. He said, quiet leader, incredibly hard worker, really intelligent, but very, very tight-knit family. How much would you say you are motivated both by your mom, but I heard you have a really special relationship with your little sister Bella, and she has this amazing energy to her. How much has that really driven you?
Yeah, and it's just driven me a lot, especially just on days where I'm tired and stuff. I just see her like up at 6 a.m. to 10 at night, just always full of energy no matter what she does that day. So, that just motivates me a lot, to just not worried about getting tired and just always find some energy from somewhere. And especially my mom, just my upbringing, just always don't talk a lot, just show it through work. And that's just something I've always kept with me.
your mom had explained to me a little bit about some of the Asian culture aspects she really embraced in terms of morals and values. But one of the things she kind of had to said, I'm going to be different with is I don't think she wanted you playing football. It sounded like necessarily, but it was something you were so committed to and loved. She was like, he's got to make his own choices. How much did you guys talk about when you were a little kid, finally getting to, hey, I'm in 7th grade, you're going to let me play football, right?
Yeah, so I am Cambodian. That is part of my background. And just along with playing football, that's just something it took me a couple years. I had asked for a couple years. And finally, my pops talked to her and he was able to convince her, to allow me to set an age where she'd be comfortable with me playing. And 7th grade was the age. And that's just how it all started.
Is that she's up there kind of sweating it out as just, please don't get hurt up there. You play a position where everybody's watching when you got the ball.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to do boxing around that age too. And she's like, okay, yeah, we're not doing that. So football was the next step. And that's the one she felt comfortable with. She still freaks out sometimes, just with me playing a physical sport, but I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, I heard you've influenced your younger siblings are also now football players as well.
Yeah, one of my younger brothers, he plays football at Oaks Christian right now.
What was it like? How much have you followed Kayvon's career? You guys were teammates, Kayvon Thibodeau at Oaks. He gave you a shout out the other day on Twitter during the middle of your game. Are you guys still tight? And what was he like back then in those days?
I haven't talked to a lot recently, but sometimes we reach out to each other and stuff like that. And I appreciate his support. I'm always going to support him too. I've seen he's had a heck of a couple years at Oregon, and I look forward to just continuing to watch him grow and continuing to get better.
All right, Zach, we appreciate your time. Looking forward to watching you this weekend against LSU with the Bruins. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.